Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to lose, or you find a way to win, man. And I am so glad to know Jermall Charlo is back. And he needed to return, man. But at the same time, I can understand when you have things going on in your life, personal life, and it involves family, you have to take care of that. I'm not going to get into all of those specifics, but he just had a lot going on, man. And unfortunately, some of his dirty laundry has been kind of put out there. But at the end of the day, he's poised to end really what's probably one of the longest layoffs we've seen of a current champion. And for him, this is definitely the longest layoff of his career. But this layoff of his has probably been one of the longest we've seen of an active champion, man. So it's rumored that he's back in camp and he's planning his ring return very soon, man. Looking like he's trying to get in there May or June. Not sure of an opponent, not sure of a location or anything else, but that's the target. And he's working towards that. And you figure, man, he probably does need, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, he probably does need those 120 days to really, man, sit there and get the ring rust off and get himself together, man, and to make sure that he can turn all that practice into perfection. Because whenever we've seen him in the ring, he's always looked disciplined. You could tell he's put the work in training camp, and he puts on a really good show. So I am glad to know that he is back in the sport of boxing, and his brother should be returning to the ring around the same time, and it is going to be great. And what's really great about this is he's still holding on to his WBC title, and I'm gonna tell you this. I gotta be fair. I think he dodged the bullet by being allowed to hold on to his WBC title. But the amount of time that he's been out the ring, look, let's understand this, right? He has not fought since June 2021 in a points win over Mexico's Juan Macias Montiel. That was all during the Juneteenth there in Houston, Texas, where hoping he would be able to get the big knockout during the Juneteenth weekend. He wasn't, but he won the fight. But that's a lot of time out the ring. They could have stripped him. You would have, I wouldn't have been upset if they stripped him, or if he just gave up the title, and then when he decided to come back, like now, get the first, I think it's called the first right of refusal to go straight into a title fight for his WBC strap. But now that he's back, we know he's not going to be fighting Adamus. He's not going to be fighting Munguia. He's going to be fighting someone, not sure who that's going to be. But after that, this is where it's going to get interesting. Now, Carlos Adamus, that Dominican fighter, he's the interim WBC champion at 160. He's a problem. So that's all I'm saying. That is going to be a good fight if Jermall decides to fight him. Adamus is active. He's hungry. Jermall, I just don't think one fight back he's going to look to go into that fight. But who knows what the WBC is going to do? They've been doing some funky things lately. But they seem to understand Jermall's situation. They seem to be providing a lot of really good support that I think he deserves and he needed. But the WBC, man, now that Jermall is back, and they're like, all right, we kind of scratch your back. We need you to scratch our back, okay? So you need to come and defend this title. One fight, maybe another fight. But then after that, we need to get you in there with Adamus. But my thing to counter all that is, if you're going to sit there and put pressure on Jermall to go fight Adamus, put pressure on Munguia to go fight some damn body. That's all I'm saying. Munguia out here floating around like he's the... Munguia been fighting, 100 years now? But anyway, this is not about Munguia, but that's all I'm saying. If you're going to put pressure on these other fighters at 160, who's going to hold Munguia accountable? Because he's sure as hell ducking champions, boy. He's trying to fight Shane Mosley Jr. It's ridiculous, man. But at the end of the day, he's back. It's going to be interesting, man. You know, he was supposed to return against Poland's, what's that guy's name? Selecki? June 18th. Again, fighting on the whole Juneteenth week holiday. But remember, that's where he said he had the back injury that forced him out to cancel the event. And as a result, he remained sidelined for personal matters that prevent him from returning to the ring in full mental strength. And you know what annoys me about the fact that this man wasn't 100% mentally? Is people, man, that's the thing about the social media. That's the thing about having a YouTube page. As anything dealing with social media, you opened up to billions of people in the world. And, man, let me tell you, I would say half of the people are decent, and the other half of the people, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll say half the people post decent comments. The other half, they just look to just, poke you, give you a pinch in the ribs, say the most ridiculous things they can, and that's not fun. And to see the people that attacked him about the mental health issues and stuff like that, I'll put it to you like this, right? Because we're just having a conversation. For those of you who have a husband or have a wife, or you have children, or you have friends, or if you're working, if something isn't going right in one of those areas, that affects most people. Could you imagine if things aren't going right in all of those areas? The effect that can have on you? Now, I'm gonna tell you from personal experience, man. I've had issues with work. I'm retired now, and life is great. But I'll probably be returning to work because this YouTube thing is great. But I don't know, man. People don't seem like they really want to subscribe, and the whole donation thing and all that, man. But I enjoy it. This is more of a mental. This is more like a stress relief for me. This does a lot for me mentally. That I think you guys realize. It really gives me an outlet, man. But back to what I was saying is, I know what it is to have ups and downs in a relationship, ups and downs at work. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go from your house to your workplace, there's stressors and you're not really enjoying that. And you leave your workplace and come back to your home and there's ups and downs going on in the house and you're like, damn, you just can't escape anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating. So that can affect your mental health, man. And that's why I don't know if he's 100%, but I'm glad he's in a good enough space where he can continue training. Now, we talked about the concern about just him being inactive and stuff like that. Look, man, he made just 3 title defenses since being upgraded to full WBC titleist from the interim belt holder in June 2019. So there was a lot of people frustrated about this, that he's very, very rarely defended the WBC title, man. And then, like we talked about, you got Adamus out there who's trying to put pressure on him. And now Adamus is like, look, if you're not going to fight me, now Adamus is out here calling for Gennady Golovkin. But I'm just not sure what direction he's going to go. You got Janibek Alimkhanuly, who's out here, man. He's got a title. Adamus and Kanuli are the 2 guys Munguia will not fight. Like, Munguia will not fight those guys. But you got Jermall Charlo, you got Adamus, you got Alimkhanuly, you got Gennady Golovkin. That's the combination right there. That's the fried rice. And, I would like to see, after Jermall gets back 1-2 fights, then these guys, let's get an undisputed at 160. Why not? You know what I'm saying? These fighters may not be expressing any real interest in each other, but, these sanctioning bodies, if they want things to happen, they can put things in place. Look what they did at 147. Okay, they can put things in place. They got all kind of fighters lined up for different bouts underneath each sanctioning body, man. They did what they had to do. They said, you know what, these fools with the belts don't want to act right. We're going to show them who's boss. And I think we're going to see that at 160 as well. They're going to show them exactly who the boss is. And at some point, Canelo got to do something at 168. So I think we're going to see a lot of interesting movements. Remember, Jermall's talking about bubbling up to 168 as well. he's not just looking to stay at 160. But if he goes up, he definitely wants to go for a title shot. But it is what it is, man. But, you know, I mean, I'm glad to see him back. But he said something that about him, about his position, and guys need to go through him. But then you get guys like Carlos Adames out there who, you know, he really doesn't want to hear what anyone has to say. Adames feels like, look, I deserve for the WBC to elevate me into Jermall Charlo's position. And he has an argument. You know what I'm saying? Jermall hasn't been active. And, you know, he continues to insist that, you know, there needs to be a title upgrade. And it is what it is. You know, and a lot of these discussions took place at the damn WBC 60th convention. So, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do that. But what I do know is that Charlo and Adames, they've never fought, but they're on track for those guys to get themselves in the ring probably middle or late this year. And let me tell you something. When those guys get in the ring, expect a very, very competitive fight because Carlos Adames can fight and he can hit. And you already know Jermall Charlo is a special fighter as well. But that being said, more to go. More to come on Jermall Charlo. I'm just glad he's back. And what I'm also glad is there's nothing out here about his personal information in these articles. They're pretty much keeping a clean nose when it comes to this, and I think the man deserves some respect because he got children are involved, and that's just not something I think all these media outlets should be pushing, man. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Glad Jermall is back. See if Jermall gets back. See if we can get Jermall on the path to undisputed, and that would be very, very cool to see the two twins both undisputed. Like I think that may be the first time in boxing where we have a set of twins that are both undisputed. I know they had some twins or triplets out there who all had titles, but I don't think we've had. I think they were triplets or they were brothers. But anyway, I don't think we've had any twins, definitely not triplets, who are all undisputed. That would be interesting. But anyway, that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I am in the breeze.